Dr. Besner, what's next for you? What are you excited about? What is Therasage kind of jumping into that you could share with us?
Um, well, earlier I was talking about our Trilight system. The two biggest research areas that we're working on is this imprinting hologram,
Mm.
the harmonizing stuff that I mentioned. So that's really fantastic, inexpensive, and is just amazing. Uh, the other area is the Trilight system. I'm kind of one of these people that see the world through contrast. So, like for instance, I'm married more than 40 years, and my wife and I hardly agree on anything, but she defines me. So basically, by that contrast, it helps me understand. If I have to fight really hard to get something get something done here in the house, the harder I fight, the more defined I am, the better I know myself and that I need this. Otherwise, I let it go because she's basically right. I think she's been wrong twice in 40 years, So, um, so the Trilight system there, as a device developer, I started looking at the LED industry, light emitting devices,
Mm-hmm.
or diodes, sorry, light emitting diodes. And most of the LEDs that are out there that are used in red light and near frequency devices, they're what's called monochromatic, which means a single bulb generating a single frequency. I look at that from a physics point of view, and I just said, engineering, why?
Yeah.
Why does it have to have only one frequency? And so about 18 months ago, I developed a light LED, a light emitting diode that has 3 wavelengths in each diode. And so I can power that diode, and I can generate 3 times the photon energy that a normal, so mine's are polychromatic, meaning more than one frequency per bulb. And I cherry pick those frequencies. So one's a red light frequency, and the other 2 invisible light frequencies that are the near spectrum. And we mount those on the inside of our sauna. Why did I do that? Because that spectrum of frequencies help with mitochondrial stress and also the lack of oxygen. So the microbial imbalances that we covered a little earlier in our discussion. If I could enhance the blood oxygenation level and also stimulate mitochondria, which is your cell energy, for people that have chronic ailments, they're generally flat on their back. And if you've got chronic fatigue, you can't hardly lift your head up. Epstein-Barr, that's a big one. We all have a little bit of these organisms, and inside of us, it's just the imbalance of that milieu or the microbiome that creates that symptom that it expresses it as we know it. And then we have names for it, like Lyme disease and fibromyalgia and chronic fatigue and all that. And so how do we come back a full circle? How do we address that and rebalance the biome? Well, certainly you can do it with some kinds of supplementation, probiotics, prebiotics, and so forth in your food sources, but you can also do it with natural light and oxygen, creating that more primal healing platform by which we had when we were kids. And there's a physics term called emissiveness. And that basically is defined as your cell or tissue's ability to capture and hold light frequency. And when we measure the emissivity of our LEDs that we developed on our Trilight panels, it's close to 99%. It's like 98.8, which means that we're generating a hell of a lot of light. It's penetrating through your skin, and it's being held by your cell. And that's my end game. And so generally, most other comparative technologies are either monochromatic, and so they create the cocktail by array of 600, array of 800 nanometer, array of 900 nanometers, and that's how they create but they underpower it so that they say to you, well, you got to stay 6 inches away. Well, the further you are away from that light source, the less amount of absorption of those light frequencies through your skin into your cells. And so our approach is completely different. We're highly powered. We are delivering 3 times the amount of light energy, and you can put our panels right on your body, so they go seamlessly right inside of you and get the maximum optimal result.
Yeah, I love it. I love that idea of applying light, which is energy, which is information to the body to correct it. And the body just knows what to do with it, right? And it's just so kind of simple, but I do think this is the future of where medicine, healing, optimization are going.